I want to let you in on a secret today about why I don't care which thoughts you're thinking. Because they're just the surface symptom, even though the thoughts you're thinking are what govern the results you get. Today, it's time to dive in more deeply. Hello, I'm Claire Yosa. I'm a mentor to passionate world changers and entrepreneurs and the author of Dare to Dream Bigger, the Inside Work Handbook. And if you've been hanging around with me for a while, you know I talk a lot about how to choose which thoughts to feed. The thing is, life's like a pyramid, so our thoughts are almost at the top of that pyramid, and what's at the very top is actually the results we get. The thoughts we think govern the results that we get because we are going to tell ourselves stories about what we can and can't do, what's possible, what we can achieve, what we believe about ourselves. So the beliefs that we run control our thoughts, which govern our results, and your beliefs affect your neurology in your brain. There's a bit in your brain called the reticular activating system that processes sensory inputs. And the beliefs we have and what's important to us, our values, govern what gets through those filters. Because, quite frankly, I'm looking in my garden right now and there's a tree. I don't need to know how many leaves are on that tree or what the air pressure is next to that tree. If my body needed to know, I'm pretty sure it could pick up on that information. But I've trained my brain that that's not important to me, so I'm not going to get overloaded. The reticular activating system is driven by what's important to us in our beliefs. It shows us evidence for what's important to us. That's why if you suddenly, for example, if you're going to buy a red car, every car on the road is red, even if it wasn't yesterday. Most of the time when we work with our thoughts and our self-talk and our inner critic, we're dabbling around at the surface on this iceberg. We might do a bit of belief work. Certainly we'll do some choosing which thoughts to feed work, and that will then change the results you get. But the thing is that all of these are still the above the surface effects. If you really want to be able to choose which thoughts to feed, you need to dive down. The real identity level. Who am I? What do I believe about who I am? Who do I want to be? This is why Gandhi so famously said, be the change you wish to see. Okay, this is why when I'm working with people who are stepping up to the next level on their dharma, their life purpose, we work a lot on them embodying what it is that they're here to teach, rather than just teaching what they need to learn, which is the traditional thing that we talk about, which causes us to have the blind leading the blind. When you've embodied those teachings, you've changed who you are. When you've changed who you are and become that real version of you, it changes what's important to you, and it changes your beliefs, and it changes your thoughts, and it changes your results. Making changes at this deeper level means the rest of it just melts away. No longer do you have to sit there going, oh, I must be careful not to feed that kind of thought, and I must make sure I've dealt with this limiting belief. It just melts away. And that is my favourite way of working with people when we're looking at which thoughts to feed, when we're looking at how is self-talk getting in the way of your results. Einstein famously said that you cannot solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it. So similarly, you can't fix your self-talk at the thinking level. You need to go in more deeply. There are so many ways we can do this. Most of them I save for my mentoring clients. If you can join me in East Sussex, I'm running a one-day workshop on the Inner Critic Bootcamp, and we're actually going to do some really fantastically potent and fun stuff there to deal with the deeper stuff so that those surface level thoughts just disappear. But for now, I want to give you one technique that's going to help you. If you notice that you've got stuck on a train of thoughts that are leaving you feeling bad, like you can't do it, and you're stuck in this negative self-talk, press pause, take a deep breath in your belly, breathe out into the earth, and ask yourself the one question: what's true in this? What is true in this? Allow the answer to bubble up. And then if you really want to dive deeply and you feel it's safe for you to do so in that moment, who am I in the context of this self-talk? And who do I really want to be? And I'm not talking about J-Lo, Beyonce, anybody else. I'm talking about the inner you. Is that self-talk reflecting who you want to express yourself as? And if not, go and have a chat with that inner you. See what advice they have to offer you. Because sometimes just becoming aware of something that's out of kilter is enough to stop that stream of thoughts. So I'd love to work with you more deeply on your self-talk. I'd love to get in there and handle the root causes and help you find your own personal magic wand. Inner Critic Bootcamp. Join us for How to Meditate, clareyosa.com, How to Meditate. And I'd love to hear from you. If you've been following this series over the past few weeks, how has it been changing your self-talk? How has it been helping you to calm your mind and your emotions? What differences are you noticing in your inner critic already? Let me know via the comments. And if you've got specific questions or blocks, let me know and I will do my best to do a podcast covering them for you at some point very soon.